How are you guys? Get your snack. Get your snack.
Kind of it.
How you doing, man? Good, thank you.
What's this?
Don't you steal the rule.
Yeah. Don't put your names on these either. Just write down what you're afraid of. And please be serious about this. Don't just be goofy and write down just goofy stuff. Like, seriously,
I'm afraid of the dark.
what are you afraid of? What are you?
Space, Martin's face.
These aren't very sticky.
Spirit.
I won't speak anymore.
So open your Bibles, if you're around me, 31:6. Probably 30 years plus when I first read this verse. I'm going to give you a background about me. I want you to hear kind of my story in my life. So I grew up in a non-church home. So I have a home that didn't ever go to church. And so I remember thinking a lot about God because I wasn't really taught about God. I had lots of questions about Him. So it was around 6th grade when I finally decided I was going to go to church. So I went to a classmate's house of mine. Actually, this is crazy. This is back before like cell phones and the internet. I called the church the night before and found out that their services, what time the service began. So I put on my nicest clothes I had that morning. I walked down the street to my classmate's house. I knocked on his door. They came to the door in their like pajamas, and I said, "Hey, good morning. I'm going to church with you guys today." And they were like, "Excuse me?" Like they did not invite me, but I'm like, "I really want to go to church." So they knocked me like, "Sure, we'll be right with you." And then I sat on their porch about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. They all came out for church, and I got in the car. They took me to church. When I got to church, I remember I was too embarrassed to go to a Sunday school class with my classmates. I didn't know anything about the Bible. I didn't know anything about like David and Goliath or anything about anyone. So I went up to the balcony. It was a Presbyterian church, and I just sat up there with my little notepad and I took notes. And the parents went and sat like in one of their pews, where they always sat. And my friend went to the Sunday school class. I did that every week for many, many weeks because there was a hunger within me, you guys, to know more about who created me. That I knew it wasn't just, there's more to life than just like what I could see and about me. So I was just drawn to it. So as I kept going to church and I kept learning about God, I became closer to Him. So as I got a Bible, I started reading the Bible. But one of the things for me about middle school, you guys, I felt invisible in middle school. I felt like no one cared about me in middle school. I would go in the cafeteria sometimes, I'd sit by myself and I'd eat lunch, all by myself. No one would sit with me. I was thinking today in the car, as I was thinking what I was going to talk about today, I really couldn't think of a friend I had in middle school. I couldn't think of someone who I actually hung out with. Now, I had kids who I was like friendly with in the hallways, but like I didn't really have like a friend. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I didn't have someone who like asked me over to their house to sleep over. I didn't have a friend who I went and just hung out with them. I don't know how you guys are. I don't know if you have a core group of friends or not. I did not have that. So middle school was a dark time of life for me. And but as I got through like 8th grade, I got baptized in 8th grade, became a member of my church. And in high school is when I got more involved in church youth group. And I would like to say that I got a lot of friends, but actually high school was a little bit better, but it wasn't like what I wanted it to be. I still didn't connect with my classmates as much as I wanted to. But one thing I did, though, is that I continued growing my faith in God. But I spent a lot of time alone. I had a lot of time I would go, like, walk in the park, or I would go do whatever. So I had lots of loneliness, and I had lots of fear, too. So I want to talk about is fear. So I'm going to read off some of the things that we don't have faith in these words. We have faith in who wrote these words. So if you're feeling afraid, give me an example of something you might be afraid of. let's say you're feeling afraid of playing basketball. And you're going to go there, you're afraid you're going to be embarrassed. Well, LeBron James, that'll be on your team. You have to be afraid. Are you going to be afraid of losing if LeBron James on your team? No, you're not going to be afraid because you're going to win, right? So if you have...
be first like the Jordan.
Right, so if you have God on your side, even if you do fail, okay, God is still with you. So you're not alone. So if you're feeling alone, feeling afraid, then cling these words of this verse, and that would be a reminder that you don't worry about what you're afraid of. Well, Abby...
Did you pick up your pen?
Mine.